Joe Rogan? You call yourself an educator and you get information from Joe Rogan, the bald, meat-headed guy who does cage fighting commentary and says dirty jokes on stage? Yeah, I do. I get a lot of information and a lot of ideas from Joe Rogan. I think it's worth it to spend a few minutes to talk about the legitimacy of using Joe Rogan's podcast as an educational source. The Joe Rogan Experience has been on podcasts for a long time, before podcasts were popular at all. And it's a weird element now. In 2021, Joe Rogan is simultaneously extremely popular and also not mainstream. More people watch and listen to his show than all of cable news. So what's going on? The former actress Alyssa Milano tweeted that, what kind of world are we living in when Joe Rogan has 3 times as many viewers as my podcast does? Aside from the fact that I don't think Alyssa Milano is getting 60 or 70 million downloads a month, that tweet still highlights that many people don't understand what that podcast is. But within his 1,500 episodes or so, he has had Nobel laureates and cage fighters. Joe is deeply respected by both Ivy League professors and Navy SEALs. Now that kind of polarity is not easy to achieve. But if you're an educator, I implore you to find another show that's out right now that is entertaining and has had on guests like this: Sir Roger Penrose, Nick Christakis, Steven Pinker, Sam Harris, Elon Musk, Eric and Bret Weinstein, Jonathan Haidt, Jordan Peterson, Sean Carroll, Brian Cox, Cornel West, Naval Ravikant, Lex Fridman, Lawrence Lessig, Killer Mike, while also having on Robert Downey Jr. and Steven Tyler, among many brilliant authors and educators and experts, and giving them a platform to expose their work to the world. Joe Rogan is a stand-up comedian, so he's funny and he's quick. He keeps the podcast going. Not anyone can do what he does because he spends so much time on stage trying to capture that audience's attention. But he's also courageous. He has a background in martial arts and fighting, and because of his early work on news radio and Fear Factor, he has what he calls FU money, which is essentially, I have enough money that I can do whatever I want, so I'm going to do what I want. But at the end of the day, he is just a passionately curious individual. And he has built himself a platform where he can learn as much as he possibly can about the things he's interested in. And at the end of the day, that is education. So I think instead of looking down our noses as someone like Joe Rogan, we educators should be diving in and learning and starting that as a jump off point for our pursuit as lifelong learners. Oh, and if somehow this ever makes its way in front of Joe, I would love to talk to you or hear about what ideas you have for the education system. After all, you're the one who's talked to all of these brilliant minds from all across different spectrums. I'm sure you have a couple of good ideas about how we could apply all of that information to the education system. And I'm curious.